welcome back to another video. I'm Amanda and this is Amanda's Kitchen. In today's video, we're gonna be making a quick no-cook summer salad. And I know when you hear salad, you think of lettuce, but there's no lettuce. This is going to be a couscous salad with a bunch of fresh veggies and a delicious dressing, and it is dairy-free, so it is going to be super light and delicious as an awesome side or a light lunch, perfect to bring to a barbecue or potluck. I will leave my recipe inspiration in the description box below, but let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is prepare our couscous. So the first thing I'm going to do for that is take one of these vegetable bouillon cubes and just kind of crumble it into a bowl. This is going to give the couscous itself a little bit more flavor than just cooking it with water. You can always use vegetable broth or something like that too instead of water, but I have these, so that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to take 1 cup of hot water and pour that in, pour a little bit of that in. I just like to give it a little bit head start. Oops, sorry about that. To dissolve some of that vegetable bouillon, give that a little bit of a whisk to start that process. And then we're going to add 1 cup of couscous, just plain couscous, and then add the rest of that water. So 1 cup couscous to 1 cup of boiling hot water. I'm gonna stir it up just to kind of combine everything, and then that is the only cooking that we have to do for this recipe. I'm gonna put the lid on the dish, set that aside while we prepare our vegetables. So this recipe is pretty customizable. You can use whatever vegetables you like. My goal was to kind of create a rainbow of colors in this dish. So I have a yellow bell pepper, a cucumber, some baby carrots I needed to use up, some little tomatoes here, a purple onion, and then we're gonna use the juice from a lemon to make the dressing. So all we have to do is chop these up into bite-sized pieces and then we're good to go. Whoops. So now that we have all our veggies chopped, the tomatoes, cucumber, carrots, bell pepper, and red onion, we can start assembling. But before we mix everything together, I like to add a little bit of salt and pepper to my tomatoes. I'm not a huge tomato fan, but I feel like giving it like this quick little marinade before we mix everything together is a really nice little situation. So now that our veggies are cut, we are going to make our dressing. Our dressing. So for our dressing, the majority of ingredients we are going to be using is olive oil and lemon juice. So the first thing I'm going to do is juice my lemon directly into, whoops-a-daisy, into a small jar. And I'm gonna start with, well, let's see how much juice we get here. Oh, I got a seed in there. Yeah, I'm gonna do the whole lemon because if we don't use all of the dressing, that's okay. We can always save it for another salad or something else like that. So I'm gonna juice the whole lemon, which probably is like 2 to 3 tablespoons of juice. And then I'm going to get a fork here to sift out that seed. Did pretty good, we only got 1 in there, but you definitely don't want to bite into one of those. If you ever have, you know that it's gross, very bitter. And then I'm gonna do kind of like equal parts lemon juice, equal parts olive oil. So that's about 3 tablespoons. So we'll do about 1, 2, 3 ish, like those measurements there. And then I'm going to do a little bit of Dijon mustard, probably about a teaspoon. You can always add more. And then about a teaspoon of garlic powder. A little bit of sea salt, just a pinch. And then some freshly cracked black pepper. replace the lid, and then we're just gonna give that a good shake until it is emulsified. Alternatively, if you didn't want to mix the dressing separately, you could probably just pour everything into a big bowl with all the ingredients, but this gives us a little bit of control over our ingredients. So once everything is nice and emulsified, we'll give it a little taste and see if we have to add anything else. Oh, hello. Oh, having a hard time. Well, there we go. So it's a little lemony. I think I'm gonna add a little more salt. A little more olive oil. Mix it up again. I mean, if you like it really lemony, that's great, but it's just a little too zippy for my liking here. I'm struggling with this lid here. All right, that's better. It's like super easy, quick vinaigrette, and always adjust to taste. So now we have our dressing, now we can assemble. So now that our couscous has been sitting for about 5 minutes, it is all nice and cooked up. I'm just gonna, should really leave this fork out. Just take a fork and kind of like fluff it before we put it into our bowl. And couscous is really nice because it doesn't necessarily need an oven or a stove to cook. You just need hot water, so you can heat up water in the microwave or in a kettle like I did, and that's a really nice time saver. So we'll put our couscous into the bowl, and you know, I was gonna grab a bigger bowl and I didn't, and that was a mistake. Here we go. Better to have too big of a bowl than not big enough, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna fluff the rest of this that was kind of clumped together here. And we have our dressing, which we'll add at the end. And now we're just gonna add in our vegetables. So we have our cucumber, carrots, our bell pepper, red onion, which I'm only using about 1/4 of a red onion. You can always add more if we want. And then our seasoned tomatoes. And then before we put the dressing on, I just want to kind of mix everything together to get it evenly incorporated. There's a little chunker there. Pretty mix. Look at how pretty that is. So colorful, perfect for summer. And you can add whatever kind of veggies that you like. These are just what I had on hand, and I thought it would look really pretty. So now we're gonna add, I'm gonna do about half of the dressing. And then the final addition after seasoning with salt and pepper to taste is we're gonna add some fresh herbs. So let's grab those. So I have just harvested a little bit of mint and parsley from my garden, and you can use whatever herbs. Dill would be really good. I had dill, but I learned that I guess swallowtail caterpillars love dill, and they ate it all. So I don't have dill, which is really unfortunate because I wanted to make some tzatziki with my homemade dill, and that is not going to happen. So I'll just have to buy some from the store if I want to do that. So I'm just going to chop up the mint and parsley into little bits here, and then fold that into the salad, and then we'll top it off with some salt and pepper, and then give it a taste, and I think it's gonna be really great. And I'm not really using any like measurements here for these herbs. I just kind of grabbed like a handful just to add some freshness to this dish because I think fresh herbs are a great addition to any dish, and especially in summer, like if you can grow your own or just to have on hand, it's a really great way to brighten any dish. So we are back to our salad. We're gonna add in that fresh parsley, a little bit of fresh mint, and give that a toss. If I could keep it in the bowl, that'd be great. Well, there's not that much left. Might as well do all of it, right? Little cracked pepper on top, just to finish her off. Just a tiny bit of salt, layering the flavors here. And we are good to go. So, quick little side note I wanted to throw in here before we wrap up. Another great addition to this salad would be some roasted chickpeas on top to add a little bit of extra protein. It is a great way to make this a complete meal. So let me know what you think about that. So there we have it, a nice, quick, no-cook summer quinoa salad. And, or not quinoa, couscous, different grain, tastier grain, lighter grain, quicker cooked grain, right? So this is super customizable. You can use any types of fresh veg that you have. Let me know in the comments below if you have a go-to dressing for salads like this and your favorite veggies to add. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.